today. The Belinda Bum Bag by Unikatz. Very easy. I don't know what she calls it. Let's see what she determines that it is. I don't think I printed that page. No, I didn't. I would call it an adventurous beginner because it's got curves and zippers. So you've got a zipper pocket here. You've got a zipper here, which opens the whole thing. And you got tons of room there. It is bound. Very easy binding. Then you got a zipper pocket back here. And you have a detachable strap. I did a 1-inch detachable, but you could certainly do a 1.5. Gosh, it's very cute. The Belinda Bum Bag. And you could wear it as a crossbody or around your waist. Either one. Go get the pattern. Let's get started. Hi everyone. This is Barbie with Jeannie's Designs. I'm getting ready to make a brand new pattern, the Belinda Bum Bag by Unikatz Patterns. So you'll see what the end result is in the clip before this. But I'm using gold hardware and kind of a lavender with gold zipper tape. I know. A lavender crossbody strap or bum strap. For the lining, I'm using this gorgeous check. This is from Sam Fabric Creation. So that's piece G. Here is the zipper pocket, piece F. Piece E is the anchor. So this is the vinyl I'm using for that. I believe this is from Tulip B. I believe. Smooth. Her signature smooth, I believe. And then piece D is the gusset panel. So there's one exterior and one lining. On the exterior, I do have Decaville Light out of the seam allowances. And then piece C is the, let's see, the front panel. So one exterior and one lining. Also Decaville Light. Then the top, let's see, this is the accent band panel. I'm doing accent out of the snake. So it's primarily the light lavender vinyl, but I thought I'd do a little accent. And I did already go ahead and put on my tag. Just make sure you know which is the top and which is the bottom. And she shows you that on the pattern. And then for the, let's see, the main panel, I have one exterior and one lining. And this is where a zipper panel goes. I haven't cut this out yet, but that's where that goes. So she gives you pattern pieces for everything, which is really kind of nice. The stabilizers, everything. So the first thing we're going to do is our strap. And I am putting a little piece of vinyl on each raw edge of my strap. I've really gotten kind of in the habit of that. I think it looks really good. And it prevents the fraying too. So just like that. Then we're going to add our slide adjuster up and through. And then we're going to sew that on. And I'll just do a little bitty box. I know. I'm kind of getting into the boxes. Okay. Let's clean that up a little. A little extra over here. Okay. Now take one of your swivel clasps up and through. And through your other swivel clasp. And we're going to add this piece down here. And do another square. Oh, let's do it. Let's add it like this, Barb. Okay, clean that up. Turn the excess off the sides. That was terrible loud. Okay, and there's your crossbody strap. All done. Crossbody, you can wear it as a crossbody, you can wear it as a bum bag, whichever you prefer. All right, let me grab my scissors. Next step. So now take pattern piece E, and you should have added a little bit of interfacing on each end, just like she shows you in the pattern. And then divide it down the middle, add a piece of double-sided tape. So that's what it should look like. And we're going to fold that into the center. This is the anchor piece. So I've made this bag before, so we will see. I think it's pretty easy, but bum bags, people like bum bags. It keeps your hands free when you're walking around, just like a crossbody. This is the smaller version. In the pattern, there are 2 versions, just FYI. And then here, we're folding this edge into the center as well, so it tapers, just like that. Then we're going to top stitch. Okay. Yeah, on each long edge. Then we're going to set this aside to use in the next step. Yeah, this is from Tulip Bee. I can tell by the way it sews. It's beautiful. All right, so a couple things. You're going to need your zipper pocket lining, which is piece F. You're going to need your main panel, and you should have a box drawn on the back and actually a box drawn on the front with a piece of tape down the center of that box. Mark your centers on the top and the bottom with your main panel right side up. Take the tape off. Measure down what she tells you to in the pattern from the top. And we're going to lay our zipper pocket right side down. 1, 2, 3. And the measurements are different for whichever size you're using. Just FYI. Okay, and then we're going to turn it over and we're going to stitch around this box. Very interesting. All the way around the box. Okay. Very interesting. Now we're going to cut into that just like any other zipper pocket. We're going to make a line down the center. And then 2 triangles on each end. I'm not sure I've ever done a zipper pocket this way. I like it. I like doing different things. Okay, let me start it with my little X-Acto knife. Cut along, let me see. Yeah, she has you do it here, which is fine. Either way, it should be fine, but I better do it what Katrina tells me to. Okay. Let's open that up. And then we'll use our scissors. Probably would have been a good idea, and I think she tells you to do this, is leave the stabilizer out of where this hole is. So just FYI, you might want to do that. I came very close to cutting my thread. Danger. Okay. Now I'm gonna put some tape here so that when I pull this to the back, it'll stay where I want it to. Okay, so let's pull that to the back. And then I'm going to add another little piece of tape here. Okay. And the reason I do this is so I can get a really nice edge there. For me, especially because I left the Decaville in there. You might not need to do it depending on your materials. Yeah. And I cut that thread. Yeah, so I'm just going to put a little reinforcement stitches there. So it happens sometimes. All right. More tape. Perfect. That looks pretty good. Okay. Now we're going to grab our zipper. All right, so the next step is to grab your zipper, put some tape on it, or you can put it on this piece, either one, whatever works for you. And then we're going to center our zipper in the opening. And I just do it one side at a time. And then we're going to stitch around that. Beautiful. Okay. I will pull those threads to the back. Oh, my My thread broke. Happens. Okay, I think I'm just going to start right one stitch in. There we go. Stop where you started, although it doesn't matter now that I had the back stitch, but that's okay. Over here. No worries. Barely notice. Okay, let's pull these to the back and tie those off. Okay, perfect. Oops, I didn't get it. Why not? There it is. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Let me check. All right, now we're going to stitch all the way around our zipper pocket. And it is longer than this, so don't worry about that. Right side up, and we're going to stitch all the way around. 3 sides, actually. All right, so because I have extra zipper tape, I'm going to trim that off on both ends. And burn those ends. Then you have a nice zipper pocket. It's big. It's actually very big. Okay, now we're going to take our anchor piece. We're going to mark 2 spots on the wrong side in from the ends, and then we're going to put a piece of tape just slightly over that. Excuse me. And then we're going to add our D-rings, or I'm using triangular rings, and we're going to fold that down to that line. Centered. And you want to find your center on your right side as well. Fold it down to that line. So that's what you should have. Now, on your front main panel, put a line where these angle lines are, right here and here on each side. And we're going to add this right where that is. Let me see. Place the ruler and top line with both side angles and centered. Okay. Centered. Let me see. Okay. And we're going to add this centered right on that line. Perfect. Then we're going to mark in what she tells you to on each end. Huh. Okay. And then we're going to stitch that on. I love it. I'm just going to start in the center here, and I'll pull those threads to the back. And we're going to turn at that line that we just drew. And then we'll pull I'm going to pull the threads to the back, but you could definitely top stitch if you want to. There's a lot of double-sided tape, and I'm kind of regretting not using 1/8 inch, but you know me and 1/8 inch, it doesn't always get along. All right, let's tie those off. These are pretty even, so I'm not cutting them. Okay. That's what you have. All right, so now take your zipper, and she gives you the length for the regular or the large. Find your center on the right side. Add double-sided tape to your exterior. And I'm using 1/8 inch this time. And we're going to put that right side down, centered. Then we're going to grab our lining piece. And this is a fairly gentle curve. It's not real dramatic, which is good. If people get nervous about curves and zippers, it's pretty gentle. Okay, then I'm going to add another piece of tape. On top of that. So I don't mind using 1/8 inch double-sided tape if it's on materials where the paper will come off. There are some materials that it's like the paper won't come off the tape. So far, so good. Grab your lining, and I drew a zipper on there. I don't know why, but just ignore it. Center this right side down. Mm-hmm. And then you can clip it if you feel more comfortable. My tape is holding extremely well. And then we're going to stitch that together at seam allowance in the pattern. Go slow around your curves. And reach in there and flatten your zipper tape if you need to. I should have clipped it, actually. It's okay. Okay. Perfect. Now, she does say to try and trim this, and I'm going to try that. Mainly my exterior piece. It's kind of painful because you put tape on there. So you have to pull the tape away from your zipper tape. But that's okay. We can do it. Don't trim your zipper tape. I'm not going to worry about my lining. My lining is extremely thin material, so it won't have an impact. But the vinyl is, it's not real thick, but it's not thin. So It's a little bit of a tedious step, but other patterns do this, and I do think it's worth it to take the time to do it. Like, I don't do this on the Jordan pouch. The Jordan pouch is a simple little pouch, and it doesn't really need it. But this, I would take the time to do it. Okay, perfect. Now we're gonna turn it right side out. See how it looks. Oh my, that is so pretty. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now we're gonna top stitch around that. Okay, let's top stitch, and then we're gonna baste around the bottom too. Then we're gonna trim off this excess zipper pocket. Very cute. Very cute. My clip is in the way. Oop, I threw it off the table. I just love purple. This is really lavender, but I love it. It's so pretty. Okay, now let's just stitch around the bottom, baste it in place. Just make sure you caught everything. And then trim off your excess zipper pocket. Okay. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Look how big that pocket is. It's huge, actually. Huh. All right, so the next step is to add some rivets here on your connecting all the way through. And that's not the right size rivet. Oh, please. Okay. Make sure you have matching rivets. Okay. So that's what you have. So I'll go press this. Take your piece C and your zipper. She tells you what size. Add double-sided tape to the straight edge on both. And we're going to sandwich our zipper in between. Oops, centered. My paper didn't come off. There we go. So this is my exterior, so right side's down. And then we're going to sandwich our lining. Sew that together at the seam allowance in the pattern. Getting some goop off my needle. Okay. Then we're going to fold those, I think. Yeah. Wrong sides together. And I'll clip those in place. And we'll top stitch only. Don't base it, just top stitch only. Okay. So now take one of your front pocket linings and measure in on each side. And we're going to cut that piece off on both sides. I know, feels weird. Just one, evidently. So just like that. I'm going to trim those off. Set that aside for just a minute. Find your top accent piece, right side down, and we're going to add that on the top of our zipper. I'm just going to clip it. I'm using way too much tape and it's gooking up my needle. Don't like it. Gooking up that's a very professional sewing term. Gooking up. Yeah. And let's see. Okay, all right, so take that lining piece that we cut off the edges, and we're going to lay that lining sides together, centered, right sides down. And again, you could use tape here. I just decided not to this time. Okay, and then we're going to sew that with the seam allowance in the pattern. Interesting. Oh my gosh, you guys, I almost cut my finger. Hazards, hazards, hazards. Okay. Nice. Now we're going to turn that and we're going to top stitch. Let's see, stitch the pieces along the top edge. Okay. Yeah. And we're going to top stitch with that seam allowance going up and your lining piece up. Okay. Very cute. Okay. So that's what you have so far. Okay. Bring that top lining piece down. Clip it only to the lining to lining. And then we're going to start over here and stitch around at the seam allowance in the pattern. Very interesting. And it's a different seam allowance, so just FYI. It's a little bigger seam allowance. Do not get your zipper in there. You don't want to stitch your zipper. And then we're going to trim this. You could use pinking shears here if you wanted to. Okay. So that's what you have. You have your zipper, your pocket back here. Very cute. So the next thing you want to do is take your pattern piece G and lay it on your completed piece and make sure that it's the right size. And mine is actually perfect. Shocking. Then remove your 1/2 of your zipper off your front piece, or your back piece actually. And we're going to lay that centered on top of this accent piece. Right side down. All right, take your lining piece and lay it right side down on top of your zipper. And I put my tape on the wrong side. Not a big deal. Take your tape off. Put that right side down, centered. Where's my center? And then we're going to stitch that together at the seam allowance in the pattern. Then we're going to fold that up. And bring our pocket down to the front. And we are going to top stitch from here up, over, and back down. Actually, we're going to go all the way around. Why not? Let's do it. So you make sure you have your zipper pull on this one. Okay. Getting there. And this didn't catch here, so I'm just going to go over it just a tiny bit more. I think we'll be fine. So that's what we have. Cute. All right. So take this piece, lay it lining side up, add double-sided tape, just like she tells you to in the pattern. Take your pattern piece. Oh gosh, what number is this? D. The lining. And I am going to baste this on to start, because I don't think my tape is going to hold. And she gives you that option. Okay, let's just baste that on. All right, now we're going to take the exterior piece and we're going to clip that on. And it's the curved edge, by the way. I'm not going to use double-sided tape. I'm going to clip it. My needle's getting kind of gunky and I don't like it. So let's just clip it. And this seam allowance is the same. Okay. This is the gusset. Very cute. Katrina, very cute. Okay. All right, now you start at this edge up here, straight down and around. The seam allowance in the pattern. Okay. Okay. Now, she also wants you to trim this outside piece, which I am going to do. And that's one reason I didn't use tape. I don't have to worry about picking up the tape. The other thing I want to make sure is, I want to make sure I don't have any basting stitches showing. Let's make sure. Perfect. Right out. Okay. Once you have done stitching, detach the top 2 inches of the exterior gusset. All right, turn it right side out. Clip your gussets wrong sides together. I love this. This is going to be so cute. It's going to be a good size too. And this is the regular size, the smaller size of the two. And we're just going to baste that together. Okay. That's what you have. Isn't that cute? All right, turn your lining sides out and attach your zipper. And you want to attach it, let's see, I don't know that it matters, but I'm going to attach it where my zipper... All right, I went ahead and added my zipper, but I realized I had it on wrong because I want my zipper going the same direction as my back zipper. So we're going to just do it again. Watch Barb add a zipper paw. Okay, beautiful. Then, you guys, this is so cute. This is so cute. This might be my new bag. Then that's what you have. This is the top, and this ends up being the back. Now, turn it right side out. Go over your zippers with a little stay stitch on both ends. You can trim them if you want to. You don't have to do that now. And then find your centers, and we're going to clip this together. I'm going to use my little alligator clips. I can't wait to see how this turns out. This would be really cute in black and white. Or all black with that accent piece. That would be really pretty. Man, it's really fitting perfectly. Let's see. I have to squeeze this in just a little down here. And I'm actually going to clip this just a little so it fits without puckers. Just a tiny bit. Okay. Now the seam allowance is what? Side out based. Okay. So we'll just baste it. Interesting. Okay. And you can staple it too if you want to. I think basting is always a good idea. I'm just grabbing my Kelly's hemostats. Now we're going to cut off our excess zipper. Let's see. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Trim off your excess zipper tape and burn those ends, just like we always do. Okay. All right, so the next thing is to do our binding. And I'm going to fold this over and add it here. This is probably the simplest binding you'll do. Very easy. I can't wait to see this. This is going to be so cute. And it's purple. What can I say? All right, let's do it. Oh, that came off. How'd that happen? Okay. Here we go. This is so cute. Okay, let's see how we did. We missed it right there. I'm not sure how that happened, but we'll fix it. I don't know how that happened. It's weird. Okay. No one will ever know, except for you guys. Okay, let's just catch any threads. All right, let's turn it. You guys, it's so cute. Oh dear. I might make a big one, just to see the difference. Although this is plenty big for me. Where's my strap? Oh, I see a little thread. Okay. All right. I like the triangular rings on this one rather than a regular D ring. I kind of like them. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so cute. Okay. Now, if you're going to wear it as a bum bag, so I made my strap 47 inches with all the turnovers, you know, for the swivels, and it's plenty big. Plenty big. Okay. See, I have all that extra, and I'm not a small little girl. Oh my gosh, isn't that cute? So you have a huge pocket here, and then the whole inside here. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. Now, the other thing you can do is wear it as a crossbody. So let me do that. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this. You guys, this is so cute. And this is the regular size. Let me push this out. There we go. I didn't do that, did I? There we go. This is cute. Katrina, you did such a good job with this. Now, I'm right-handed, so for me to have it on my body and to pull the zippers like this is perfect. Now, if you were left-handed or making it for a left-hand person, you could certainly do the zippers the other way. Then you also have a zipper in the back. I forgot about that one. That's huge. Let me see if my phone will fit in there. 14 Pro Max. Easy. My iPhone 14 Pro Max is in there. Perfect. Let's see if it'll fit in this front pocket. I don't know. Let's see. Yep, it will. It's a tight fit because that front pocket is not real deep. But it's in there. It's in there. I would put it in the back pocket myself. Or inside. One of the two. Oh my gosh. The Belinda Bum Bag by Unikatz. I love it. Here, let me push this out just a little. There we go. So cute. Now, if you prefer 1.5 inch straps, then do 1.5 inch straps. I'm finding all kinds of tiny little, I don't know, better if I... Go get the pattern and make yours regular size. I might make the big one. We'll see. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. Be sure to click thumbs up.